Welcome back to Hiking with Kathleen. We're back in Southwestern Ontario. Our camping season is behind us, and I'm going to show you what I've been missing about being able to hike in Southwestern Ontario. Stay with me. We're having a look at an interesting tree trunk. This tree species is called sycamore. So an easy way to remember how to identify this tree by its bark is that the bark makes the tree look sick.
Breathe deep, love. Take your time. this life goes, this will be your home. You're never alone, my love. Remember, you're always enough. Hold on and never give up. You're never alone. Wherever this life goes, wherever this life goes.
The fall can be a pretty reflective time of year for me, and it may be that way for many of you as well. It's when the growing season has come to an end, and you can see signs of that wrapping up with the dying leaves, animals that have been migrating and hibernating in order to move on to their winter feeding grounds or their winter activity. And I guess this is where I do a lot of reflecting. Our camping season is over. We've had a really amazing summer with our travel plans, where we were able to head out to the East Coast, spend time over in Newfoundland, and then most recently where we just came back from Arrowhead Provincial Park, spent some time in Algonquin. So those are things that are wonderful, and we are really grateful that we got to experience them. But I happen to know that some of the reasons I'm feeling a little bit reflective right now is with what's been going on. This past weekend, Shannon and I attended a family wedding for my niece. We saw in an earlier episode we were at the wedding shower. So that culminated in a beautiful wedding that took place in Ancaster, Ontario. So although that was a beautiful event, a couple of pieces were missing from that family setting. My dad did opt out, and that's because we were staying over, and you know, when you're in your 97th year, it's best if you return to your bed at the end of the day. And my mom wasn't there. October is the time of year when all of my parents' celebrations took place. In October, on the 4th, it would have been their 70th wedding anniversary. So they were together for 67 and a half of those years until my mom's passing 2.5 years ago. And then my dad's 96th birthday took place, And a couple of days ago would have been my mom's 92nd birthday, had she been living. So I reflect on things like that because I miss my mom a lot. That's no surprise when you have a really close relationship with a parent and they pass away. Mothers are the nucleus of a family. They hold everybody together. They're the ones that often make it a priority to iron out any differences in order to make sure everybody is on the same page in a loving and respectful way. And my mother was so good at that. She made sure everybody was present at all significant family get-togethers. And so I missed not having her at that. But we all know that things change, right? They change over time. This is a really beautiful time of year, and for me, I guess it also represents times where I'm alone in the woods. We're not camping, we're not in the process of getting somewhere. I get to return to my normal routine where I come out to the woods to think. And I do bring a camera in case there are pretty or wildlife sightings to capture for you. And for me, I love reflecting back on that when I put together a video. But it's also a good time where I can be in my own thoughts. So I always try to find trails or times of day where I can be alone. And sometimes I just sit and wait for an animal to present itself. And sometimes while that's going on, I'm thinking about things that matter to me. So I hope the sound of water and the sound of crunching leaves as I'm walking these trails, the occasional bird song, I hope those are soothing for you. They're soothing for me. They're actually like a healing force, right? I think nature has a great propensity to be able to heal our hearts from whatever might need healing. Yeah. So anyway, I'm glad you're here on this reflective hike with me today, one of the dying days of October 2022. And for now, I'll just let you listen to the peacefulness around me. Well, that wraps up today's hike, today's reflective fall hike. So I really appreciate you taking the time to join me today. I hope that you liked it. If you did, please click like. If you really like the content on this channel, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. That helps YouTube know that other people who have interests like you do appreciate this kind of videography and this kind of content, and it helps them to make it available to others. So I appreciate your help. See you next time out on the trail.
So where are we going? You know how I feel about these bumpy roads.
I know. Just wait. I promise it's worth it. It's going to be really pretty. See? I told you it'd be pretty. Don't you think it's pretty?
Yeah, it is beautiful. Still have lots of fall foliage here.